Hi, I'm Brett from Leverage Technologies, and today I'm going to be presenting SAP Business One 8.8. This presentation is aimed at people who haven't yet seen SAP Business One and are looking for a brief overview of the look and feel and some of the great functions and features available inside the application. Before we get into SAP Business One brief PowerPoint slide just to give you some background. SAP Business One is aimed at small to medium business. Leverage Technologies supports more than 100 customers on SAP Business One, and they range in size from small local businesses with 2 to 3 users right through to larger multinationals with several hundred users using SAP Business One as a full enterprise resource planning application. The solution itself is totally integrated, offering finance, distribution, manufacturing, servicing, and fully integrated customer relationship management. There are multiple reporting options, including standard reporting through each module, as well as crystal reporting integration and elements like SQL reporting services. More than a standard finance, distribution, or manufacturing system, SAP Business One also offers built-in workflow, alerts, and Outlook integration. So let's go in then and have a look at SAP Business One 8.8 in action. As we log in, we can see the standard user interface. I can see my recurring postings, which are due. Let's just cancel that. I can see the standard menu system on my left. One of the first things we'll notice is some familiar buttons like Microsoft Excel. So if, for example, I was running a report inside SAP Business One and I want to push that report through to Microsoft Excel, I could do so at the click of a button. If I had an AR invoice and I wanted to PDF that invoice, I could do so within SAP Business One and then automatically fax or email that invoice to a customer. As I was saying earlier, far more than a standard finance, distribution, or manufacturing system, SAP Business One also offers totally integrated CRM, and part of that solution is a calendar system which allows us not only to keep appointments but to record activities, meetings, phone calls, tasks, etc. against a particular customer. So in this instance, I might go in, I might select a particular customer, let's choose Earthshaker, and I might say that this is a meeting about debtors and that are overdue. And I might say here meeting invoice 345, and I can go in here and put content the various discussions that we've had. I could also, of course, go in and link the actual AR invoices which we are discussing at this level. So it's AR invoice 456, and I could keep that against the activity and create other attachments. So what we're doing here is demonstrating that SAP Business One CRM can be used for far more than sales who are perhaps recording activities. It could even be used for chasing up and following up on debtors. One can also obviously set reminders for yourself, etc. Another aspect of the system, if I bring this up, this might be my to-do list for today, and one of the things I can see here is a request for document approval. As I go in, I can see that I have a draft purchase order. In SAP Business One, the orange arrows represent drill downs. As I drill down to the next level, I can see that there's a draft here that someone is asking me to approve. I can physically then drill into the document by clicking on the orange arrow, and I can have a look and see the document which they're asking me to approve. I'm now going to approve that document and say yes, approved, CapEx 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can approve that document. Now this type of approval doesn't only have to work for purchase orders. It could work, for example, on sales orders with a discount greater than the accepted discount, where a salesperson is asking a sales manager to approve that, or a sale below a certain margin. Very, very handy workflow built standard into SAP Business One. As we go into the system and just have a look at a few of the great functions and features, let's have a look. We had a look there at approval procedures. Alerts management is another great aspect of the system. In this instance here, for example, I have a minimum stock deviation alert. Alerts are different to approvals in that with an approval process I was asking a senior manager to approve a process, whereas with alerts I'm simply notifying the user of a condition. So in this instance, I have a minimum stock deviation alert. And what would happen is that if, for example, I say that once stock of this particular item gets below 100, please notify me, then when that condition was met, SAP Business One would send an alert to the relative person to say that the minimum stock condition has been met and perhaps they should consider a reorder. Not just for stock deviations, but for example deviations from credit limits, commitment limits, deviations from percentage gross profit. So please notify me as the sales manager when someone puts through an order which is below our minimum percentage of gross profit. Again, those are standard workflows within SAP Business One. I can also create my own. The system has a flexible chart of accounts which allows me to format the chart of accounts per my requirements so that my reporting on my P&L and balance sheet come out as I want them to, and allows me a great level of flexibility in that regard. I have within the system multiple budgets, so I can set up multiple budget scenarios, including possibly a standard budget, pessimistic and optimistic budget, and then when I run my P&L or balance sheet, I can run it against a chosen budget for that time period. I also have within the system cost accounting, so the ability to run profit centers or cost centers. Many of our customers who've outgrown smaller tier 3 applications, when they come to leverage technologies and SAP Business One, are looking for greater functionality in this area. They're looking to run a P&L by profit center or cost center, and that certainly is available inside SAP Business One. One of the things we will notice about the application is that throughout the system, multiple standard reports. Let's just go in and have a look at a standard aging report. First thing we'll notice is a calendar system inside SAP Business One, which makes it nice and easy to choose particular dates that I want and what have you. Or I could just go in, D-tab for today's date. As I run that report, again I see the concept of drill downs. So if, for example, I want to drill down to a greater level of detail on that particular invoice, I simply click on the button, it takes me to that level of detail. If I now want to click down on that particular item, I click down, I'm at that item. If I now want to see the stock data for that item, I click on the tab and I can see how many are in stock, committed, ordered, available, etc. So what we're seeing there, just to recap, is the ability to start at a high level of information and then drill down. If I wanted to phone Earthshaker about their outstanding orders, I could click on Earthshaker and simply go to the contact persons, choose who I want to contact, and there's the phone number. So again, start at a high level of information, drill down. Another very handy feature of SAP Business One, if I want to look at this age analysis a year ago, I can simply put in 090909, tab off, and there we go, and now I can see the age analysis a year ago. Again, nice handy date stamped reporting. And we'll see lots of reporting throughout the system each step of the way. The system has standard customer relationship management, so I can keep my sales opportunities and pipeline inside SAP Business One rather than keeping it in spreadsheets. It has full sales opportunity type applications and reporting in the system. Sales AR allows me to either create a sales quotation, which can be copied to a sales order, then a delivery and an AR invoice, or I could simply go in and create an AR invoice. So again, I've got flexibility. I can start with a quotation which is copied to a sales order, which is copied to a delivery and then to an invoice, or I could simply go in like this and choose what I want and create an order or an invoice, and I can put notes against it, etc. So again, what we're seeing inside SAP Business One is total flexibility. On the AP side of things, or the purchasing side of things, again I can start with a purchase order, which can be matched to a goods receipts into the warehouse, and an AP invoice. Or I could simply go in and create a goods receipt without a purchase order. I could also have that purchase order go through workflow if I choose to, or not. Or I could simply go in and, as standard, create an AP invoice. Again, what we're doing is providing flexibility. You'll see at each section again, here for example, purchasing reports, when we were in sales, again, sales reporting, available, standard within the system, sales analysis, back order reporting, open items lists, etc. Okay, so at each section of the way, there are my open AR invoices, If I want to drill down, have a look at my open deliveries. If I want to drill down and have a look at my open sales orders, they're all there. Nice, simple, quick, easy to get to information. Let's have a quick look at some other aspects of drilling down to certain information. The system has full wildcard searching, so star, part of the name star, will do a wildcard search. Here again, I'm looking at an item, a customer master, and if I want to drill down, simply drill down on the arrow, get down to more detail. If I want to drill down again, I could drill down again to greater detail. Alternatively, I could click on the graph. Here I can see all of the outstanding invoices, and I can see it in graphical form down the bottom here. And if I want to drill down again, I can simply go and drill down to more detail. If I now want to give Bob a call about that invoice, I can drill down to Bob. There's Bob's details. If Bob says I don't have that invoice, I could simply PDF it, and I could fax it or email it from within the application. So what we're seeing is the ability to start at a high level of information and drill down. The field names can be changed to suit the terminology that you use in your business, and you can add additional fields on the right hand side and beneath the system here to give you more flexibility and more field names as you require them and as you would use them in your business. Again, as we saw earlier, the ability to hold related activities against the customer or supplier. So here I have a number of activities against them, meetings and phone calls and history against the customer, fully integrated inside SAP Business One. Stock management obviously allows me to keep stock within an inventory control system within SAP Business One, and for example here, just some of the functions and features which are available to me. Serial numbers and serial number tracking and batch traceability within the system, preferred supplier, purchasing data. Again, click on the graph, get it all in graphical. What have you purchased over which months? The same on the sales side. Click on the graph, what have I sold and over what months? Again, the ability to drill down to individual invoices. Stock data, the ability to have a look at what stock is in what warehouses, how much is in stock, what's available, what's ordered and committed. So what we're seeing is total flexibility in our way to move around the system and to look at various aspects of the system. Also included in SAP Business One, production orders, bills of materials, receipts and issues to and from production. Great for kitting and sales kitting, and also great for basic assembly type production, which is often used in Australia. MRP, the ability to enter an MRP forecast and to run an MRP wizard to assist with my purchasing optimization. A service application within SAP Business One where I can keep service calls. This is very handy for warranty tracking, for example, where I can keep a service call and understand what the nature of the issue is associated with that service call, what the activities were against it and what solutions, so that I can track items of equipment and servicing against those items of equipment. As I said, multiple reports at each step of the way. Let's have a look at one last aspect of SAP Business One, just some access to data. So what we saw earlier was the ability to drill down and get to data that we want. Let's have a quick look now at what's called drag and relate. Let's say, for example, inside SAP Business One for Earthshaker Corporation, I want to go along and I want to have a look at sales orders or deliveries, returns against this customer. I can simply pick up their customer code, drag it over the information which I require. So let's say it's sales orders, drop it, and there I can see sales orders. Obviously now with Windows type functionality I can double click and sort by date, etc., and then I can drill down to the actual order itself if I so wish. So let's have one more look at that. It's a great little piece of functionality. I pick up the customer code, I drag it and drop it over whatever it is that I want to see, sales quotations for example, and there are the quotations. Now I could obviously filter that table, or I could just sort by open and closed, etc. So again, great ad hoc reporting when I'm on the phone talking to someone and I just want to have a look for some information in the system. So what we've seen today is a very brief overview of SAP Business One. For more information, you can go to our website, www.leveragtech.com.au. You could also follow us on Twitter, where we send regular tweets about upgrades and updates on SAP Business One. Or you could go to our YouTube channel, where we offer a number of videos associated with SAP Business One. But I'd recommend you go to our website, www.leveragtech.com.au, There's a host of great information available there. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.